was clawing at the door 'cause she wanna go out. She was scratching right through the wood so she could hop up on the fence with the alley cats now. Her mama knew that she was up to no good. She said them cats ain't nothing but trouble, just digging through the trash all night. She says, I got 9 lives, I'm a...
What's up, brother?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man. Tell us a little about your spot out here.
Well, this is our first location, our first one. We do all water skiing, sailing, kayaking from here. And so we get out and get them out of the water, get them out of their wheelchairs, and have a good time. So we take paraplegic, quads, amputees, anybody with disability, and we get them out.
And this is only one part of it, right?
This is the summertime part, the water skiing, and then we have a winter program for duck hunting. So
It's got to be good for their morale after everything they've been through with
oh yeah,
all their hospital stays and everything. Probably never thought they'd get to do something like this again.
yeah. This gives them an opportunity to get out of their chair and kind of forget all about that for a little bit. You know? This is a beginner board, and this is what we did when they come out and they've never skied before. So we put them on this board. We have a block right here, and so their butt sits in here, legs come over, and their feet go in this binder here. And the ski rope comes in with a knot on it. And what we do is we put the ski rope in the block and put this between their legs, and have a deep water starter in the back that kind of keeps them up out of the water and drags with him and gets him on top of the water. Then he releases, and the boat is pulling the skier. Then once the skier gets up and gets comfortable with it, then he pulls out. He can pull the rope out of the block. He has the rope in his hands. Then he's skiing and he can take off. And do whatever it needs to do.
I bet they're smiling ear to ear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's always fun to watch them. The first timers, they're like, I don't want to go too fast and all this. And next thing you know, we give them signals. And the only one they remember is fast.
Yeah, faster.
And this is an intermediate ski. It's called a can ski, and it's designed for more recreational. If someone's got a family, they have a boat, they can buy their own ski, and then go out there and ski by themselves and have a good time.
How does this work? You lay on that?
This one you sit here and the feet come over, and then there's a binder normally right here, but this one doesn't have the binder. And then you have to actually hold the rope in your hand to get up on this one. And then you get out and cut it. And this one has a concave in it, so you can get out there and ride the edge of the wakes and stuff. You can really cut it up. So
the amputees and all that can still ride on this one as well?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep, I've even seen quads ride on it. So
really?
Yeah. And they're custom boats designed for people with disabilities. We can load wheelchairs from the very front. Bus up to the dock, and then chairs go right onto the dock and wheel right on.
You ever go hunting from this?
We used to, but it's yellow. It's kind of a little bright out there.
Did you have family who was in a wheelchair or anything like that? What tugged your heartstrings to get her?
Yeah, my grandmother was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So she was in a chair all my growing up life, and back then she couldn't do anything. All she could do is they'd take us out to go do stuff, and all she could do was sit in the car. She couldn't get out and get involved and do anything with us. So, that was always in the back of my mind. It sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, even restaurants and bathrooms, you kind of had a plan where she can get in it. Back then, of course, now everybody's accessible.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's a good thing.
Yeah, I started as a fun program, just to volunteer, to get involved. And
did you ever know your life was going to turn into this?
Never.
Say, what's your goal? What is the money raised, or where does that go? And
all our funds that we raise goes into our programs. Because we don't charge anything. So it's all water sports for the disabled or duck hunting for the disabled. And it's all free. We handle all the equipment, the gas, all the boats, all the jet skis. So of course,
and your contraptions.
Yes, all our equipment, special equipment. So it takes a lot to fund it. And, plus we have our own facility, and now we just got a new facility. So we're building a new facility right now. So we're growing.
Oh, I love that. I'm looking forward to bikes and bugs so much.
We've loved this relationship that has built over the years. We all have supported the work of the Epilepsy Foundation and the people that we serve. We serve children, adults, and families who are living with seizures. We cover 176 counties across the state of Texas.
Like I was saying earlier, I was never affected by epilepsy. But then all of a sudden, one of my friends, Jason, had epilepsy, and then my mother falls down and hits her head, and that was That was a tough couple of years. She was having crazy seizures.
Epilepsy is so common. People don't realize it, but 1 in 26 people will be diagnosed with epilepsy in their lifetime. So it is very, very common. There's a lot of people out there who are living with seizures and dealing with the effects of epilepsy. And so we are here as a resource for those folks.
And doctors don't like to diagnose it, right? Or jump to conclusions on diagnosing it because you can lose your job, your driver's license, all that. You know?
A lot of times people are told that they have a seizure disorder and it's not related to epilepsy. And so people come to us a lot of times and say, oh, I don't have epilepsy, I just have seizures. And epilepsy just means more than one seizure. So if you have more than one unprovoked seizure, you have epilepsy. So there is a lot of education. I've just really grown up at the foundation, and I love what we do, and I believe in what we do. So I've been able to see, over the time that I've been here, thousands of kids that have been impacted by being able to go to a camp, that they can't go to regular camps.
What makes the camps different?
They are completely handicapped accessible. We have a very high camper-counselor ratio, so or counselor-to-camper ratio, so that we're really heavily staffed. The kids that are going to camp are doing everything that you would do at summer camp. They're swimming, they're doing the zip line, they're doing
having a ball.
Yes, it doesn't matter. We are there with them, right? So they're getting to do things like their siblings or their peers are doing, and also they're going off to summer camp. And then we handle all the medications. So a lot of our kids are taking medicine 3 or 4 times a day. We can handle all of that. We can handle if a child has a seizure. Actually, at camp, a seizure is no big deal. Also, the Epilepsy Foundation does do medical clinics. So we provide medical services for uninsured or underinsured adults with epilepsy. And so it's a big part of what we do as well. We actually run 8 medical clinics across the state.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're serving more than 1,000 people who may not know how to get services otherwise. And we provide EEGs, MRIs, medicine, all at no charge. So that's huge. Epilepsy is a very expensive disorder. So there's a lot of doctor visits, there's medication, there's testing. So it can be very expensive. So we're here to help with those things if we can.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so Outlaw Dave. I want to know Houston's rock and roll radio legend, Outlaw Dave. How you doing today?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm good.
You know, we started doing talk radio a little over a decade ago because while we had the charities that we were supporting, the Outlaw Dave Ranch Ride and the First Responder Ride, all the other people that over the years when we were doing music radio, we'd given them access to the airwaves that no longer existed. So we decided to go out and buy time on the radio. Houston's oldest radio stations, KPRC 950 AM, and they allowed some block programming the weekend. So we went to Stubbs Harley Davidson, and we went to Lone Star Beer, House of Blues, and we said, hey, we need money. We're gonna buy a radio show. And the premise was to give access to the community of charities. And I want to say it was shortly thereafter when I met you at a Stubbs parking lot party.
Yeah, we that was one of our, right when we had first started Bikes and Bugs, with me, Don Mandola from Raging Cajun, and Mark Wallace. And then, everybody knows you in Houston, so we were like, holy crap, that's Outlaw Dave. We're like, I wonder if we can get him involved somehow. Look at it now, man. What's 8 years later, 9 years later?
9 years later.
9 years later, here we are.
Well, I mean, and you've done so much to help us elevate our charities, so the Texas Association of First Responders, and then what we do at the Lone Star Rally, raising money for the Stevens and Pruitt Ranch for Children and Animals, and then vicariously helping the Boys and Girls Country in Hockley. So it's the widows, the orphans, the first responders, and you. I can't remember. There was some stories that your life was touched by knowing people that had epilepsy, which is this underreported, underacknowledged malady that people endure. There's not enough education. There's not enough research. And you introduced us to Mark Wallace, and there was some blonde girl or something.
Erica. Yeah, she was awesome. Man, thanks for everything, man, and I love you like a brother.
Keep doing the do, man.
You got it.
Hey, what's up? It's your brother Ron from 94.5 The Buzz. talking about the guys, you know, bikes and bugs. Of course, you know, I've been riding bikes my entire life. So when I found out about these guys, you know, I really appreciated what they were doing, and I know they've been doing it a number of years. But it got kicked up into another level when they started and they adopted Roger and Texas Adaptive Aquatics. Now, I've been working with Texas Adaptive Aquatics for about 13 years, the whole time I've been in Houston. So when they adopted them as one of their pet charities, then I knew, okay, these guys are serious. I need to kind of get back and, you know, roll up my sleeves and get a little dirty with these guys. And never mind eating some crawfish with them either. But again, the whole combination of the motorcycles and the crawfish, and it's perfect for not only our audience, but our audience really kind of reacts to that stuff. And I know they do some great work. It's a great organization. It's full of great people, and it makes me happy to work with these guys for sure.
Just make 'em fall in love.